Before moving on to our story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. In a small, secluded town in America, a middle-aged couple on an international road trip finds themselves looking for a place to stay as night falls. They drive through a few small hotels until they spot the third one, whose parking lot is crowded, leading them to assume the service and quality are high. Deciding it's the best option, they head to the lobby and begin the check-in process. While waiting, they decide to get drinks at the bar, impressed by the hotel's charm and the lively patrons chatting around them. Soon, they are called to complete their check-in, only to hear the receptionist say that the hotel is fully booked except for one room, room 210. He cautiously warns them that this particular room may not be suitable for guests, arousing the couple's curiosity. When asked why, the receptionist explains, "Well, room 210 is unique. It has bulletproof windows that cannot be opened and soundproof walls, meaning no nose can enter or escape the room." Annoyed, the couple retorts, "What are you saying? It's October. We weren't planning to open the windows anyway. And the soundproofing, that sounds like a good night's sleep." Despite the warning, they insist on staying in the room. Slightly nervous, the receptionist explains, "This hotel has a long history. During an old battle in this area, the room was specially designed to provide maximum security for military personnel, with reinforced windows and walls to block out noise. Since then, strange things have happened there. Guests who stayed in room 210 have often left in a very disturbed state." Frustrated by what they think is an attempt to scare them, the couple dismisses it and demands the key, even threatening to call the police. Finally, the receptionist sighs, handing them the key. "All right, but just in case, let us know if you'd like assistance unlocking the door in the morning," he adds. They respond with an exasperated, "We'll be fine," and head toward the stairs. Reaching the second floor, they locate room 210 and open the door to find a pristine, cozy room. They roll their eyes at the receptionist's story, noting the high-quality furniture and spotless decor. Approaching the window, they verify that, indeed, the glass is thick and doesn't open. But with the air conditioning, they think nothing of it. After locking the door and making sure it opens from the inside, they decide to settle in for the night. As they drift off to sleep, a faint rattling begins to shake the bed, enough for them to notice, but not to take too seriously. Then, out of nowhere, the bed cover is flung off them. The husband tries to make sense of what's happening while his wife lets out a terrified scream. She rushes to the door, only to find it locked and unable to open from the inside. Long ago, it turns out, a young soldier died in that very room, the first to stay there after it was reinforced as a secure location. His restless, angry spirit has haunted the room since, tormenting anyone who dares to stay. The husband is the first to experience the ghost's rage. He's violently thrown across the room, brutally assaulted by invisible hands, and finally suffocated with the bedsheet. Meanwhile, the wife screams fill the room as she's overcome by a chilling presence that forces her to the ground. She reaches for the window, but it remains unbreakable, muffling all sound and trapping her in complete silence. As dawn breaks and sunlight filters through the window, the haunting presence fades. The wife, left half-conscious, pounds on the door and walls, trying to be heard. At last, at exactly 11 a.m., the door is unlocked by the morning staff. The receptionist finds her on the floor, covered in bruises, her voice gone, and a look of pure terror etched into her face. Paramedics are called, and she is taken away, but her mental state never recovers. With no evidence of anyone else being involved, all suspicion falls on her deceased husband. 2 years later, locked away in a solitary cell and unable to speak, she succumbs to her fear and despair, ending her own life. The mystery of room 210 remains, and the hotel staff continues to keep the room off limits, telling each new visitor the story of the cursed room.